we're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to your girl Siren right here on the Siren Speak Show, right? Hello. Hey, y'all. It is Wednesday? And already it is like mid-March. I mean, I don't know what is happening with time, but oh my word. Okay, I don't know what is happening with time, but it is moving a little too fast for your girl. Okay, I'm like, time, please. Okay, slow down just a little bit. All right. So shout out to each and every one of you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going to be talking a lot about how to step into your main character energy. We're also going to be talking about how to conquer negativity, because a lot of you know, and shout out to those of you who reached out to me, letting me know how much it is that you appreciate the message of me helping you to understand the importance of experiencing negativity and how to, you know, recognize when a negative situation is in your life and how you don't have to run from it. I mean, a lot of you really truly appreciated that message, and I'm grateful. Okay. So we're going to talk about once negativity arrives in your life, once your storm comes, you know, what it is that you need to do to conquer, okay, that storm. So before we get started, you guys, thank you to everybody who come in and give this video a big old fat thumbs up. You're letting your girl know that you appreciate the information, you appreciate the knowledge, and, you know, that's also letting YouTube know that you guys do care a little bit about what it is that I say, okay? So they will perhaps maybe notify you once I go live and, you know, send you a notification to say, hello, guess what? Siren is alive, y'all. So before we get started, you guys, we definitely want to give a shout out to those who support this platform, okay, outside of you, which are my sponsors. So we definitely want to give a shout out to our sponsors of the Siren Speak Show, you guys, starting out with Southern Soul LA, which is a Southern-based restaurant in LA, you guys, okay? If ever you are in the LA area, you definitely want to make sure you do Uber Eats or you go over there. You want to taste this food, y'all, at least once in your lifetime. I'm telling you. Okay, you're going to be flying in and out of LA forever just to get a taste of it. So shout out to Southern Soul LA. Shout out to YBMB Bookkeeping. That is your business. It's my business, bookkeeping. And right now is the time you want to get in contact with these folk right here. Okay? Right now is the time that you want to get in contact with them, you know, because it is tax time, you guys, and you want someone who will nurture your taxes as a mother would nurture a child. You know, it's nothing like knowing that your taxes are done and they're done correctly. Okay. Trust me, coming from someone who has had to go through the courts with the IRS is not a fun thing to do. And you definitely want to make sure that your taxes are being filed with ease. For those of you who are stepping out into entrepreneurship, you don't want to start out, you know, with the IRS come knocking on your company door, okay? So you definitely want to make sure that you reach out to someone who is very nurturing, very caring, and very, you know, supportive of your taxes as well as your finances. So not just your taxes, you guys. Some of us, we need a financial advisor. We really, truly do. We need, for those of us who want to make more money, you need to incorporate a financial advisor in your life as well so that you can know what to do, ooh, child, with that money once you get it, okay? So shout out to YBMB Bookkeeping, you guys. You can go to ybmbbookkeeping.com, I believe it is. I'm going to make sure I have the websites and everything in the description box, you guys. So even though once we get past tax time, if you know you making a coin or 5 cents over your regular lunch money, honey, you want to know what it is that you can do with it where it can be very beneficial for you. So shout out to them. All right. Also, we want to give a shout out to Fam First Entertainment, you guys. Fam First Entertainment is one of our major sponsors of the Siren Speak Show. And if you are ready to get your little vocal life on, or if you have any type of entertainment, okay, so if you're having house parties, if you need chairs, if you need a DJ, okay, Fam First Entertainment is more than just a record label. They do provide all sort of entertainment when it comes to parties and get-togethers and gatherings and things of that nature. You guys, you definitely want to reach out, okay? Fam First Entertainment, all right? Let them know. Hey, hello, I'm having a party. We need some music. We need some tables, some chairs. We need bounce house, okay? We even need a referral for a good cook because we want our food catered, okay? They got all of that for you. It doesn't matter, okay? So also, we want to give a shout out to Pop and Quaz. Okay, Pop and Quaz is a Atlanta or Georgia. Cecil, Georgia is where they are. Cecil, Cecil, Georgia, you guys, is where they are. So you know how it is when you driving on the road and y'all hungry and y'all don't know what y'all want to eat. You coming from one state to the next and y'all just been driving and you pull over in one of them little towns, honey, and you go in one of them little restaurants and you know it be like the mom and pop restaurants. It don't be nothing big like Denny's or IHOP, or you just want a good old plate of food while you on that roll, honey. This is one of those instances where you will pull over to one of those type of restaurants, get a good old plate of food, you know what I'm saying? And keep it moving. Get back on that road and get to where it is that you're going. So shout out to Pop and Quaz. Thank you to all of my sponsors for the sponsoring of the Siren Speak show. I really, truly appreciate you. And for those of you who are watching, please be advised that the views of the Siren Speak show are not those of my sponsors, okay? Just because they support the platform does not believe this is how they think, this is what they believe, this is what they do, okay? The views of the Siren Speak show are not those of my sponsors, you guys. This is just Siren and her brain with her little crazy self talking about all type of crazy stuff that you guys seem to love. So thank you. What do we have coming up before we get started, you guys? Y'all know we have our annual Easter egg hunt. It is a virtual Easter egg hunt where we will be doing it right here on live, y'all. Yes, we will. So if you want to participate, go to spiritualcandies.com and purchase you a spot in the annual Easter egg hunt, you guys. These spots will be limited. I will only take maybe a couple of people, you know, just a handful of people, you guys, because when I do this, you're getting a message, okay? So your egg, you know how kids get the eggs, they have candy in it and stuff like that. Yours will have a personalized message from your higher self, okay? This is some next level stuff, honey, okay? Ain't nobody doing it how we do it over here on the Siren Speak show. So if you want to know what your, you know, that Easter, that's that new birth energy, that's that new year, new you type of energy, you just want to know how it is you're going to step into this new year like, bam, 2026, what you got for me? You definitely want to know by being in the upcoming annual, it's a virtual annual Easter egg hunt, okay? So shout out to those of you who already got your slots. Y'all already know we do this every year. We love it. We get some powerful messages, okay? We get some powerful messages. This year, honestly, y'all, I was thinking maybe I won't do it live. I don't know. Okay, I may or may not do it live because the messages tend to be so powerful that I'm just like, I don't know if y'all want to like that. You know, we do it amongst each other. So I don't know. I'm going to see. But for those of you who got a ticket and those of you who will be participating in it, message me and let me know. Or y'all can put it right here in the chat if y'all want us to do it live here, or if y'all just want like a link and it's just for those who are partaking in the Easter egg hunt. I don't know. It is y'all preference. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all decide this year how it is that we do it. Okay, so y'all just let me know if y'all want it live or let me see. So you can either put live, or if you want it on this area, it'll be live. If we don't want it to be live, we just want a nice link where we all just come together and get it amongst us, okay? Then you can just say link, okay? So live or link, that's it. LL, live or link. So message me and I will take the poll and we will, you know, the majority will win, okay? So when you purchase the access to the annual Easter egg hunt, you guys, okay, you will get a egg. For those of you who got the box, okay, the full size box, you will get a egg. And for those of you who got the whatchamacallit, if you got a box, whether it's a full size or a mini, okay, you will get an egg, and that egg will have a number in it. So when we get ready to do the message, okay, we're gonna know what your number is. So I would prefer if you guys haven't ordered your boxes now so that you guys can have your box and your number by the 29th. So we're going to be doing the Easter egg hunt on the 29th of this month. Okay, that's like about 2 weeks away, but the wait time is going to be tomorrow, child. Okay, so you will get an egg and it will have your number in it, and y'all know we will go amongst the crowd once we're in there, and once we pull your number, we will get your message. Okay, so shout out to each and every one of you guys, and thank you to everybody who got your April. Okay, if you got your April box, this is the monthly healing box. Now, I'm going to address something after this. This is the monthly healing box that we're talking about. Shout out to each and every one of you. What comes in the monthly healing box, you guys? You get things that work on your spirit, okay? It works on your soul. It works on your energy and your frequency. So this month, you guys will be getting a spray. Listen, y'all, when y'all get this spray, okay? I want testimonies. I'm telling, if I don't start getting testimonies again, I'm just going to stop with the boxes. Okay. Because shout out to y'all, first of all. And if Anisha come in, she has a testimony for us. So we definitely going to bring her in. Anisha, we're going to give you a call during this live right here. We want testimonies. Okay. The name of this live, it says how to conquer negativity. Boom. Okay. Boom. So we have this, we have the body wash that you guys are going to get. You will get a body scrub. You will get a body spray. You will get a body oil. And then everything else that you get is really for your maintenance. Okay. There are a numerous amount of things that comes inside of this box, but I've been using this spray right here. Y'all, I'm just going to stop using it. Let me give you an example of what happened to me the other day. Okay. So, and before I sell any of my product, I use it. Okay. So I know when you vibing right, what you should expect from the usage of these products. But anywho, the other day, I got my spray on. You know, I was like, let me just clear my vibe. You know what I'm saying? Let me uplift my energy before I step out, because I had to go to the store. I had to go to Target. And for those of you who watch my vlog, you will actually, you know, you will get a chance to see more in depth what it is that I'm saying. Okay. But shout out to those of you who watch the vlogs. Okay. So I spray myself, y'all. And I wanted to go to Target because y'all know I showed y'all the watermelon drink that I drink. I showed y'all, right? So those watermelon drinks are $10.89. Let's just say they're $11 each, okay? So I go inside of Target. I'm sprayed down. My energy is on fleek. My frequency is just like through the roof. I could tell because, like I said, I could tell how people respond to me, right? People speak to me. People, you know, move things out of the way from me. They will let me skip them in line. It's just the craziest thing. So anywho, I go up in there and I wasn't even like specifically going to the watermelon drink area, but I just so happened to go over there. I said, well, let me see, because I would get one or two. I said, I'll probably get one or two because two of them is $20. Okay. I'm paying $20 for just two drinks. Right. So I go over there, y'all. There's a sign, right? They have like about 10 of them. There's a sign that says 2 for $6. 2 for $6. Y'all, these things here are always $11 each. I said, oh my God. So I didn't even have a cart because I was just going to pick up 2. So of course I go get a basket and I pick up 8. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm just putting, and I don't want to take all 10 because I'm like, I'm gonna let somebody else get this. So as I'm taking it and I'm trying to read the sign, and I asked the lady, I'm like, excuse me, can you read what this sign says? Because I know it says 2 for $6. I just want to make sure I'm grabbing the right thing. So she looks at it and she says, well, it looks like they put these in the wrong spot. It wasn't supposed to be for these right here. So I'm like, you know, I'm a little crushed. She said, but just take them to the front and we'll go ahead and honor it for you. So I took them to the front, y'all, and I got 8 of them for $24 as opposed to 2. Okay, y'all. There's nothing you could say when it comes to spiritual candies. I know because I experienced stuff first. So if you get the product and you're not having these type of experiences, then you know you got some shadow work that you need to do. You got some healing that you need to do. You got some resentment, some anger, some frustration, something that you need to woosah. Okay. So with that being said, y'all who get this box right here, I don't know if it's just that March energy, that luck energy, that Patty's Day energy. I don't know what it is, honey, but y'all should be having a really good time. Okay. Next month when y'all get this box. So shout out to those of you who were able to get your hands on one. Of course, because I love the quality of the box, I do not focus on the quantity. So I make a very small amount, you guys. And that's what it is, that once they sell out, that's it. They're gone. So shout out to y'all. Now, there were a few of you that reached out to me in regards to sponsoring of the Siren Speak show. Okay. And although I am so grateful and I am so appreciative of you guys wanting to sponsor the show and reaching out to me and asking how is it that I can mention your company and or your business as a sponsor of the Siren Speak show, I did advise you guys that this is an invite only. Okay. I invite whom it is that I will allow to sponsor the show. Okay. Now listen, I'm very sensitive when it comes to energy, and I'm not going to attach anyone or anything to the Siren Speak show that I don't know what energy that is, because then that comes a partnership. That means that I'm allowing you to merge with me. Okay. And I don't know how you live. I don't know how how your thing is going, how your business is going. I'm not hard up for money like that to the point where I'm just like, okay, any and everybody. So like I say, although I'm appreciative of those of you reaching out, wanting to sponsor the Siren Speak show, please be advised that it is by invite only. So the only way you can sponsor this show is if I invite you to, okay? And all of my slots are full for the Siren Speak show. I'm grateful for that. And like I said, shout out to all of my sponsors. I am so, so, so grateful for that, okay? So thank you to everybody who's reaching out, wanting to sponsor the Siren Speak show. I really, truly appreciate that, y'all. I really do. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get talking, you guys, about how it is that we can step into the main character energy. And I always tell you guys, you should be the main character of your life, okay, of your story. You got to stop writing yourself in as the victim, okay? You got to stop writing yourself in as the culprit. Like, you got to really understand what your life is and what your life is about. Okay. A lot of you are looking at your life in regards to anything that's happening that you really don't want to happen. Everything happens for a reason. You got to really look at why something is happening in your life. Okay. Why is this happening to me? We know what is happening, but we never know why. You ever take the time to ask, why is it that you got a flat tire? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that, you can't find your keys? Or why is it that, your water got cut off? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that you don't have the funds to pay your bill? You ever take the time to ask why? Okay. And I was having a conversation with Bay earlier where I said, to whom much is given, much is expected. That is something that you need to realize as well, that you will eventually realize. A lot of people look at my situation, which is why I always tell you guys, that's why I do the vlogs, because I have to show a lot of my mints, a lot of my gems. Like, listen, life is not easy for me. I don't have it to where everything is just peaches and cream. I have to work hard. As a matter of fact, more is expected from me than the average person. I have harder life lessons than the average person. Okay. A lot of you have it easy. And I be like, listen, I got it hard. Like, I feel like, God dang, take it easy on me sometimes, So when it comes to us becoming that main character energy, you guys, it's all about us understanding why things are happening to us and not thinking that, you're the victim and life is just like picking on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is just bullying you. Everything that we go through, you guys, is because energetically we are projecting our own experiences out. We have to take back our power and understand this. Your mental, your mind, the way you think, okay? If your mind is constantly clouded with what you don't have, you will experience lack. You will experience more of that. You're projecting it. You ever think about a projector? A projector is only going to reflect whatever you put on that projecting machine. So if you want to watch a horror movie, you're going to put a horror movie on there, and that's what it's going to project. Think of that projector as your mind. Whatever is going on inside of your head, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, you're going to project that out into your reality. And that's what it is that you are going to experience. Now, we also have to make sure we focus on our thoughts. Okay, we have to make sure that whatever we think, if we think that, oh, I don't have this, or, oh, I don't have that, if we think poor, we will experience poor. Excuse me. If we think lack, we will experience lack. Everything that you experience is based on what it is that you think, what you feel. And then there's also you are what you eat. Okay. If you still pulling up in McDonald's, y'all, I don't know how y'all doing it, but I bought this apple. I told you I bought this apple back in December. Look at this apple, y'all. I bought this apple in December of 2025. Okay. You see that? Look at this. Somebody would walk in the store and they would pick this up and buy it and eat it. It's still hard. Like it's still hard. It's not even soft or anything, right? And I realized, I said, oh my God, like this apple is still some good. So after like about 4 days after me buying it, of course there were more. I think I bought like 4 and I did eat the other 3. Okay. I bought them and I was just like, you know what? Like, why is this one still looking for? It's not soft. It doesn't have any brown spots or anything on it. And I said, you know what? Let me just wait and see. Let me just leave it to see how long. That was in December, child. This thing still looked the way it did when I bought it. Okay. What are we going to talk about? I tell you guys all the time, when it comes to life, you really need the education. You really need the knowledge. We already know the people perish due to what? Lack of knowledge. He didn't say lack of food. He didn't say lack of money. He didn't say lack of resources. Lack of knowledge. Okay? We perish due to lack of knowledge. And a lot of us, we don't understand the type of knowledge that we need because we're so focused on this third dimensional knowledge. You have to understand that you are a spirit having a human experience. The knowledge that you seek is within you. It's not outside of you. So for those of us who always want to, level ourselves up and get in our main character energy, and people always ask me, Siren, what books do you recommend? The Book of You. Y'all want to go get the Book of Enoch? Y'all want to go get the book of God, what is his name? I can't even think of his name right now. Abraham. Y'all want to go get the book of everybody. Y'all want to learn about everybody, but nobody is seeking knowledge of thyself. Where is the Book of You? It's waiting to be written. It's waiting to be studied, right? None of this is new. You have been through all of this before in a different avatar. And eventually you will leave this avatar and have to come back again in another avatar if you don't have the knowledge. We have to make sure that we are focusing on ourselves as a spirit and having a human. So we have to focus on the physical. I tell you guys that all the time. You have to focus on your physical as well as your spiritual self. You have to make sure that you are healing your physical as well as your spiritual self. You cannot ignore your spiritual self and think that you are going to have a great life. I'm sorry. There is a spiritual attack happening on you right now that you don't even know about. But because of your frequency, they cannot reach you. There are certain laws between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, okay, that must take place. There are certain laws that the spiritual realm are not able to fully access the physical realm unless we give them access. How are you giving these entities access to you? How are they able to access you? Because they cannot come over here unless you invite them in. Y'all saw that movie, what was it, with the little twin brothers and stuff? Last year with Malcolm, what's his name? Michael B. Jordan, and he played the twins and stuff like that. Okay. Y'all, if y'all didn't see the movie, it was a great movie, but you must invite them in your life. And when they come into your life, they come to confuse, they come to destroy, right? So you need to wonder or sit down and think about how is it that you're inviting these lower energies into your life, because they will procrastinate your business. They will slow down all of your plans. They will do everything that they can to stop you from moving into a higher frequency. A lot of people I know that I was dealing with, okay, that was, working on themselves spiritually. And then next thing you know, it's just like, dang, all of a sudden, I don't even have the finances to maintain my spiritual body. They're going to attack you. They don't want you to maintain your spiritual body. But there's a lot of you that's watching Spiritual Candies right now, watching the Siren Speak show, wanting to say, oh my God, I want a consultation or I want to get a product or something, but something is stopping you. There it is. They come to confuse, they come to destroy. Okay, but you have to know how to listen to your first mind. You have to trust yourself. Do not give these outside energies, which is the spirit of confusion, which will come in and make you feel like, oh, did I make the right decision? Did I not? I always tell you, when you're talking to yourself or when it's your higher self, because it is a direct answer. Now, if it is a lower entity, it will always be in the form of a question. Oh, was that a mistake? Should I have gone that way? Should I do that again? It's always a question. It's never a direct answer like, no. It'll always be, what if something happened if I do that? What if I don't like it? What if I do this? Or what if it's always some sort of a question. It's never a direct response. So that's how you're going to know if it is you, because you know what's up. You know what it is. That's how you will know if it's you or if it is some sort of lower or outside force that is manipulating your thoughts. Okay? So you definitely want to make sure that you are able to stay in control of how you feel. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your gut. I tell a lot of people who, when it comes to your hair, I always tell you, your hair is your antenna. Wash this. Clean it. Wash it. Keep it clean. You want to treat your hair, honey, like you treat everything else. Wash it and stop shaving it and cutting it all off. This dimension wants you to cut everything off because it wants you to be dumb and manipulative, okay? It wants to manipulate you. It wants to control you. It wants to take over you. It wants to confuse you. But if you have the answers, it can't. So this is why I say, even if you prefer to wear wigs or weaves or things of that nature, let your hair breathe. Wash your hair, keep it clean, put quality product on your hair. This is why when it comes to a lot of product, when y'all saw that movie, and I'm going to reference that movie just to keep it safe. That movie, they cloned Tyrone. If y'all didn't see that movie, they found out that they was manipulating the chicken. They was also manipulating the grape juice at the church sermons and stuff like that. They was also manipulating the hair products, the perms, the hair grease. This is why I tell you guys, y'all gonna have to, in order to become responsible, in order to step into your main character energy, you're gonna have to know how to win here. You're gonna have to know how to win. Why do you think hair products is such a $1 trillion industry? It's tricked out before you even get it. It is tricked out to lower your frequency, to lower your thoughts, to confuse you, allegedly, according to the movie that we saw, okay? They cloned Tyrone, right? It is tricked out to get in your head and cover your crown. Why do you think they always promote in hair products? Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, all of your celebrities seem to want to get in the hair business. Let me tell you something. With them music videos that they making, baby, there isn't a hair product you can create that I will put on this scalp. Not with all that association y'all got in y'all music videos. Okay? I don't think so. There isn't anything that any of you can come out with that I feel like I will trust. Now, recently, shout out to, Rihanna. I understand she's going through whatever she's going through. Unfortunately, it looks like somebody came and, attacked her house and her family with all chat. That's a whole other conversation, okay? For those of you who, y'all know my gems, y'all already know we could discuss that on a whole other level, okay? Because it is not what the hell they saying it is. But anywho, her product, she had 2 products recently that was just pulled from the shelves for having toxic, banned chemicals inside of it. 2, now there's a lot that has been going on with her. Her frequency must be dropping. Why? Because I don't want to say that, but let's just say her frequency must be dropping because Miss Thing is going through it, okay? She's starting to appear rather common. You know what I'm saying? So now, you see when your frequency start to drop, your life is going to start to drop. Okay. The things that they have to do to remain in a billionaire status. Honey, remember in the Bible when Satan came up to Jesus and said, hey, I will give you the world. He was talking about Hollywood. Okay. That was the world he showed Jesus. He took Jesus to the top of that Hollywood sign and he said, I give you all of this. Okay. In exchange for control over your soul. Unfortunately, okay. Just like Jesus was led there, unfortunately, a lot of our, celebrities was led there. And some of them said, okay, because they saw the glitz and the glamour. Okay? Okay. Well, guess what? It don't look glitz and glamour right now. Was it worth it? Let me work it, okay? So it's a lot that's going on. And a lot of us are having judgment. We're based upon our own decisions. Now, unfortunately for Rihanna, this may be some sort of her judgment for the decisions that she may have made. But then now we're going to bring it down to us. What is your judgment for things that you have done, good or bad? It doesn't mean your judgment is going to be bad. Your judgment can be good. A lot of you are going to level up this year. A lot of you are going to see the results of your hard work and your faith and your faithfulness and your loyalty. A lot of you, when that demon came and Satan came and tapped you on the shoulder and say, hey, I give you a higher paying job if you just sign your soul over to me. A lot of you say, you know what? Sounds good, but nah. Some of you, he came and said, hey, I'll go ahead and hook you up with a new relationship if you just sign your soul. This thing is always coming. That's why I say a lot of you think them blessings that you get be coming from the good Lord. You just don't know. It be a setup for your soul. You have to know how to use discernment. You have to know how to recognize game. You have to understand how to recognize game. Because Satan always come with the glitz and the glamour. He always come with things that look good. Things that feel good. Alcohol, okay? Drugs, right? New car, recognition, always this stuff that is very material, but has zero value. Some of you were able to recognize that because you've been working on your frequency. You've been working on your energy. You've been healing yourself, because this is how they are able to attack you through your unresolved trauma, through your sorrow, through your pain. And a lot of you are keeping y'all is like really starting to recognize the okie doke. Okay. A lot of you are really truly starting to recognize the okie doke, like, hey, nah, I'm good. I would, but I'm a pass. I'm a pass. So you got to learn use discernment, you guys, when it comes to things that you're being presented with. Satan will come to you with opportunities. Will come to you with so many opportunities that you're going to think, oh my God, thank you, God. You're going to be, thanking God and all of that stuff. Child, please, God, like that ain't got nothing to do with me. Let's see if you're going to take it, because I'm giving you the opportunity to choose. I gave you the opportunity to use your discernment. Let's see what you're going to do. Okay? We are always up under spiritual attack. Earlier, I had a conversation about possibly attaching a 501c3, okay, to my business, or turning it into a 501c3. And I'm like, for what? To give them complete and utter control? You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you won't have to pay no taxes. I don't care about that. I'm not going to give you control over something that I built, something that is mine. And that's what happens with a lot of us. A lot of us, we don't understand how much we are attacked. And this is why you need to really be able to work on yourself, to heal yourself, whatever it may be, y'all. You have to make sure that you are healing yourself. If there's anybody that you beefing with, you don't have to make up with that person in kumbaya, my lord. You don't have to do none of that, but you do have to let that go up out of you. You cannot hold on to that resentment. It is going to be your responsibility to let go of all of that low vibrational energy before you walk into your next level. You cannot take that into your next level. A lot of you are starting to feel stuck. You feel like, dang, I'm doing all of this. I'm doing all of that. I'm praying. I'm asking for this. I'm trying to, I don't let go of everybody. I don't understand why I'm not living the life that I feel like I should have, because you are keeping yourself stuck. You're trying to take something that don't belong into, okay, this whole other realm. You're trying to take some energy that can't go where it is that you're trying to go. So you have to let that go. And some of you is so deep within you. This is why I say a lot of you need consultations, because a lot of you, this energy that is within you, you don't even know it's there, because they have used it. They have hid it. What they will do is these entities will get inside of your frequency and they will cloak that thing so that you don't get to it. so that you don't ever find out that it's there. They will hide your trauma. They will hide your resentment. They will hide your pain. And you feel like, oh, I let that go a long time ago. But the minute something come through and trigger you, there it is. The minute that incident triggers you, there it is. Something will have to trigger that experience. Because that's how wise this stuff is. We battle not against flesh and blood, but principles. I always tell you, your enemy is not going to come up to you windmilling with you. Your enemy not going to do that. You will probably never see your enemy if you don't heal yourself. When you start healing yourself, you will find who the true enemy is. And trust me, they ain't nowhere around you out here. They don't even come to this realm. They're not even interested in this realm. If they come here, it is because they have an agenda that they finna do real quick and they finna get on up out of here. Oh, she forgetting, she's rising above. Oh, let me do something to her finances so she can no longer afford to do any work and heal herself or afford any product or afford to go to the gym or afford her counseling. No, let me go ahead and make her lose her job. We are battling against principalities, you guys, not flesh and blood. You're not going to be able to touch whatever this is with your bare hands. You're not going to be able to feel it with your bare hands. You're going to feel it through your pain, and you're going to feel it through your freedom when you let it go. It's not going to make sense out here. People out here going to think you crazy. They're going to think you insane in a membrane. Because that's how this reality here is set up. But you have to make sure that you take your power back. It is a very difficult thing, you guys, when we talk about, going through the pearly gates of heaven. When we talk about, really reaching for peace of mind. And when we talk about really, just stepping into a higher version of ourselves. This is what I want you to know. That higher version of you, do you really want to become that version of you? Because that higher version of you probably ain't got no friends. Because when you get to that level, your friends got to be on that level too. So a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, she has no friends. It's not that I don't want any friends. It ain't my damn fault. She doesn't have many friends. If she have any, if she have one, it's not fun. Okay, being on a certain level, because a lot of stuff that everything that has got to go. And when you do get even higher, there's more. You like, damn, I don't have anything left, it feel like. But guess what? You're going to have to lose some of that too. It's a big responsibility to be the highest or a higher version of yourself, because you can't take the bullshit with you. See, when you're a lower version of yourself, you can live in denial. You know what I'm saying? You can live in resentment. You can live in regret. You can live in hatred. But I'm going to tell you something. When you work on yourself, I don't care what that person did to you. That person could have, molested you. That person could have pistol whipped you 5 times. You will not take that pain to that next level. God is going to make sure that you got to get rid of it. You got to show love for that person. You got to show a energy for that person that you just like, oh my God. You have to show understanding as to why this person did to you what they did to you, how they tried you. You cannot take that with you. So a lot of people who are asking to become a higher version of yourself, are you really ready for that? Are you really ready to let some people go? Are you really ready to let some envy go? Because some people, you have built a whole life off of your trauma. Your whole reality, your whole existence is built off of your trauma. So your trauma have been carrying you throughout all of these years. So every time something bad happened to you, you like, oh, poor I never get to win. All the bad stuff always happened to me. I always get the worst part of it. I always get this. You've already built your own reality. You have cocooned yourself in your own trauma. And I'm going to tell you something. With me working with people, dealing with this energy, a lot of y'all don't want to let it go. I ain't going to lie. A lot of you, it's like pulling teeth trying to get you to let go of some of this trauma that you're holding on to. Some of y'all want to be mad at Yvette forever. Some of y'all want to hate Jody for the rest of your dang on days. Oh, I would spit on their grave. I wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire. Well, if you want to be a higher version of yourself, you're going to have to let that go. What happens is as you become a higher version of yourself, you then have a responsibility, not just to you, not just to your kids and your household, but to the people. You now have to maintain a frequency that is powerful enough to sustain a county of people. Because it's no longer just about you. You now have to teach people you don't even know. Because it's your responsibility to help to level up the frequency of like a nation. I could be like, you know what, let me just go clock into somebody's job, make my little coin, and, get on up out of here, right? I can do that. But I left the workforce so that I can be available for, like I said, people I don't even know. You have a responsibility to people you don't even know. It's no longer just about you. So are you ready to become the main character? Are you ready to become a higher version of yourself? Are you ready to open yourself up to a bigger cause, to a bigger purpose? Okay. Are you ready to open yourself up to no more hatred? You got to let it go. No more resentment. You're going to see people do some horrible things and you can't feel no type of way about it. I'm telling you. Don't you think God sit and look and see all of this stuff that's going on? Do you see God up there with an attitude? Do you see God up there, pissed off, going to get his, stuff to do? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Good is going to happen. Bad is going to happen. But you have to remain in balance. You have to remain phased by it all. Okay? You really, truly do. It's the craziest position to be in. It really, truly is. But when you get to that level, you have an understanding that it all needs each other. The good needs the bad. The positive needs the negative. One cannot exist without the other. If we have no death, then nobody lives. If we have no life, then nobody dies. Everything has to balance itself out. Okay? So are you ready to step up to this next level? Now, this level that I'm speaking out is about a very high level. And there's levels to it before you even get to that level. But definitely the path towards getting to that level, and that's not the highest. I'm just saying the path towards getting to that level is definitely worth it. But the person you're going to sacrifice and what it is you're going to sacrifice is you. The version of you that you are today. See, a lot of us, we're trying to stay the same version of us, but we want to have a different experience. Not going to happen. You're trying to stay the same. A lot of you trying to still eat the same. You know how much food I've had to cut out? Y'all, I was a little thicker for a Snicker, honey. I was out. I would love a Snickers. Okay? I used to love my little junk food sessions. I was a foodie with my husband. We went on dates all the time, different restaurants. Listen, I had to cut so much out to become this version of me because this version of me is not with the okie doke on a lot of stuff. Okay. Let me see what y'all said in regards to the whatchamacallit. Hey, Anisha, are you available for your testimony? I want to call you for your testimony. Hey, Anisha. Hey, Crystal in the building. Crystal says, happy Wednesday, y'all. Shout out to you, Crystal. Crystal, you say link. Okay, so we got a link, y'all. A link or a live. So we got a link. So far for our annual virtual Easter egg hunt, you guys. So far, we got a link, meaning I'm going to give you guys a link, and then we're all going to come into that link, and it won't be live. It'll just be us, there, and we will, discuss our message. Okay. I love this right here. When I say I love it, I love it. So, all right, Crystal says link. Okay. Hey, Terrence, shout out to you, Terrence. Okay, y'all, we got a little masculine energy up and through, honey. Ain't nothing like balancing this thing out. I love when Terrence come through and shower us with that little masculine energy, honey. I love it. Okay, shout out to you, Terrence. You say link. All right, we got 2 links. We got 2 links, y'all. Y'all say link, honey, not loud. They say listen, y'all want to get over there in it, period. Get over there in it, okay? Okay, I don't know who this is. Let me see. I can't say your name. Okay, please excuse me. That's too many dang on letters. Okay, they all mesh up into one. After about 3-4 letters, honey, they all become one. Okay. You say, what is the most difficult decision you've made? What I've made? Oh, child. Let me see. The most difficult decision I think I have made was, there are 2 that are kind of like neck and neck. Okay. One of the most difficult decisions is to leave the workforce, okay? And another one that is probably a little stronger than that was to euthanize my pet. So, yes, I've recently had to euthanize my pet. She just wasn't well, and it didn't appear that she was getting better. And we gave it like about a year. And that was the hardest. That was probably equivalent to me having to leave the workforce and like really trust myself to take care of myself. Those 2 were like neck and neck. Okay. So I think with both of them, you go through a grieving phase, and I have never, dealt with grief the way I have had to face grief. I thought grief was something that I dealt with before, but I didn't. I had never dealt with the spirit of grief, and that is a hell of a spirit, okay, to have to deal with. So very big, right? Very big energy right there, honey. Very big energy. So yes, that was one of the most, those 2 neck and neck. I can't think of one being more than or less than the other. Okay. So yes, shout out to you. All right. Anisha, you say yes. Okay, we're gonna get oh wait, Anisha, what you did? All right, Anisha, we're gonna get you on the line. Anisha is going to speak with us in regards to her testimony for the spray. Okay, Anisha, I'm calling you. Now, it wasn't this one, it was the bigger one. I don't have it over here. I think it's over there. Y'all know the spray, but it's still up on the website. So y'all can, tune into the website and just look for the body, the protection spray.
Hello.
Hey, Anisha.
Hey, Siren.
Hey, shout out to you, live and through.
Okay.
I did something. So you recently, you recently talked to me about the usage of the spray, and you was like, Siren,
yes.
I just want to talk to you about how it is that I have been experiencing the spray. So we just gonna give them like about maybe 2 or 3 minutes of your testimony.
Okay, because I wrote some stuff down.
Okay.
Because a lot of stuff been happening, and I don't know how to express all of it, but I'll just touch on some of them.
Okay.
So the first thing that happened when I first started using the spray, I usually go into the bank really often, a lot, me and my son, and it's a lady in there that doesn't speak at all. She's there, she's the bank lady. She never talks to me, but she know who I am. And that one day I sprayed myself down real good. And I said to my son, no, I said it after she approached me. We went in there, we sat down, she brought me in her office, and she just started busting it up, talking to me about her nails. And I was just like stuck sitting there because she was talking to me like I was her best friend. And at the end of the conversation, we were so into it, she forgot that I was there for help. And the whole time she was just talking to me about her and branding her nails and her friend figuring out how to do a business. And then she offered me to come to her house.
Right. Oh.
To get my nails done. And I don't know this lady from a can of paint. She's a white lady. I don't know her. She's cool. But she never conversated with me. And I looked at my son. I said, that spray, it must have been that spray. Because she never say anything to us when we come in here.
Right.
And like a lot of people just been being very nice. The other day, this man, I was at the gas station with my youngest son. I got out the car. He looked over at me. Do you need some gas? And I'm like, huh? I'm thinking he just trying to talk to me or something. He trying to give me free gas.
Oh, wow.
So I said, yes, sure. I'll take the gas. I'm still going to put gas in it for myself. But he gave me, I think, at least $5 worth of gas on top of what I was putting in there.
Oh, wow.
And I never had that happen to me before. All these things been happening since I started to spray.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of that, it's just been like good things be happening all the time. And it's also, I can see where it's protecting me from people and places, but mainly people that's been in my life and showing me their intention and how it's not really pure. So I've been cutting people off. Like I finally got one particular person out of my house. I had to put him out in the car because he's not helping us pay no bills, not nothing. And my son had a procedure that we were supposed to got to, and I'm looking for him to help me get there. You're here, so you might as well help me get there. We're helping you, you help me, or whatever. He did not want to help me. And I'm like, wow, this got to do with my son's breathing. He had to be there for a procedure. He told me he was not helping me and all the help we had done for him. But I finally got him to be removed. He's not here no more. And some other things I can say, people that I thought was in my corner. My eyes been opening up since I've been using that spray. And another thing, yesterday I had court. I didn't even know I had court yesterday. I thought it was today. I got the days mixed up. But I was going there to see if I could work something out because I thought I was going to be stuck in Atlanta at the hospital with my son. I wouldn't make it to court. It was like court hearings right now. So I'm like, well, I didn't know. I'm not prepared. I don't have no money. I got dressed up like I was going somewhere professional, not knowing the whole time that it was court. So the lady said, you got no choice but to go up there. You missed one date already. That's because I was in Atlanta with my son, and they rescheduled for me to come to this court date. So I just said, all right, I'm just going up there. I went up there, and I went to the security guard. I told the lady, look, I did not know that I had court today, and I have too many things going on. I have to get ready to leave to go to Atlanta. Is there any way y'all can push? The place was crowded. It was so many people in there. Do you know they pushed me up in front of all of them people? Oh, wow. I would have been sitting in there I got there at 10:30. I would have been sitting in there until probably 2, 3 o'clock. Okay. I got out of there within 10, 15 minutes. They 15 minutes? Me up to the front. Yes. She was like, why? What is it that's important that you need to leave? Because I don't think the judge and them are going to let you leave out of here. Like, they got to do something very drastic. Right. I had my paperwork of my son, his procedure and everything that had happened. And I used that paperwork. I said, can you please take it up there and see if they'll let me? She said, I doubt it if they'll let you do that, but we're going to give it a try. And hopefully you're not lying. I said, well, I don't do stuff like that. God sees all. She was like, yes, he does. I said, yes. So I would never dare do anything like that. Do you know I got out of that place within 10, 15 minutes? Wow. Out of all them people sitting in there. Right. They were all before me. It was crowded on both sides. I got in and out, and they reduced my ticket down because it was a $500 and something ticket. She asked me, what do you want me to do? What is it that you want to do? Do you want to get points put on your license, or do you want to reduce the ticket cost? And I'm looking at her like, you give me the option? Okay, well, I'll do the reduce. I'll reduce the ticket. And she was like, okay, we'll reduce it down to $300. You can come back in April on the 14th and make your payment. Oh, wow. I was like, what in the world? I rushed out there so fast. Stuff just been happening. My business is getting stable. I'll be, officially have my own building. I was inside of a building I was renting, but now I'll have my own building here in this small town, Cecil, Georgia. And everybody, they still ordering food. Okay. They're still ordering food from me. So I'm just like, I don't even
I'm
know what to say.
excited.
So many things been happening, but one thing I can say about that spray will open your eyes up to the bullcrap.
Definitely.
The good things and
Spiritual
the bad
candies.
things.
Right.
So you gotta know how to flow with it and just not let the bad things consume you and have you all thinking negative, depressed, and enraged.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff don't make me angry.
Period.
I see stuff happen, and I just be wanting to snap out. And instead, I laugh and just brush it off.
Keep it
and
moving.
The old me would have been snapping, but that spray's been doing something for me. I just been at peace. I can focus. I'm able to think more, and I just been really at peace with myself since I've been spraying myself every day.
Well, thank you for your
my kids.
Thank you for your testimony, Anisha. Like, I know we can. It's so much, and I love y'all testimonies, and I love when y'all reach out to me and let me know all of the good things that you guys have been experiencing. So I definitely appreciate you, letting them know and letting them hear your testimony and stuff. Because when I heard it, I'm just like, wow, like this is just, it's so much, and it's so good for us to be able to live free or at peace. You know what I'm saying? Even though our bills may still be behind, we don't have to be stressed out like that. So I appreciate it, and I will catch up with you soon, Anisha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'd be so happy. Seriously, I do. I'd be so happy when y'all call and when y'all message me with y'all's testimony because, peace. I think that's the one thing a lot of us forget to pray for. I think that's the one thing a lot of us forget to ask for. We are always asking for something physical. We always want money, car, clothes, jewelry, food. We always want this physical, tangible stuff, but we forget peace, serenity, tranquility. A lot of us are so stressed out. And I think this is how mental health can, become a part of our experience on a day-to-day because we are so stressed out about things that, we shouldn't be stressed out about. First of all, we are abundant beings. We have infinite abundance. Okay. However, we live in an environment that supports lack, an environment that suggests lack. We live in an environment that is just like, it doesn't support the fact that you are an infinitely abundant goddess, God, energy, frequency. It doesn't support that. It doesn't relay that back to you. So you start to feel like, I don't know. I just don't feel rich. You are. And we have to be at peace with that. And I think that when we come to peace with the fact that we have access to any and everything we want, we wouldn't desire it. You know how it is when you want something, when you finally order it and get it, that's it, you on to the next. You think about something else, right? So if we live constantly in the energy of, I can have whatever it is that I want, whatever it is that I need, I think we will less likely focus on the physical, tangible things in this world. And we will start to want not just things for us. Now you're going to be wanting things for people outside of us. You know what I'm saying? When we start wanting peace for all, when we start wanting everybody to be, at least settled. Now, of course, like I said, we can't have it where it's just peace, right? Where there's peace, underneath peace is chaos. Okay? Underneath that peace is chaos. But we have to learn to find peace in the chaos. So even though you may be somebody going through chaos, you still are able to experience peace. You are still able to sit still in the midst of your storm, right? And I think that's something that we all need to reach out for. And when you are able to, sustain your peace, it's how long can you hold on to your peace? That's the battle we have. Because a lot of us will have a peaceful day, we'll have a peaceful hour, we'll have a peaceful moment. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a peaceful weekend, but then we go back to the rah-rah. It's like, oh my God, I was feeling good. Now all of a sudden, how long can you sustain your peace? Even though your outer world is in turmoil, it is chaotic, everything is everywhere. Are you able to sustain your peace? That is where your power is. It is not in how much money you got, what type of car you drive. It's not in the physical, tangible things that you have or you accumulate or that you experience, right? It is How is it that you are able to sustain? How loyal are you to yourself that you value yourself enough to say, you know what, I deserve peace, regardless of what's going on around me, regardless of what's happening next door, regardless of what's happening tomorrow, regardless of whether my bills paid, regardless of whether I have money in my account, regardless of whether I have a beautiful roof or a little hut, regardless of whether I have nice quality clothing or a little $3 t-shirt on, I am at peace. Whether I am experiencing a luxurious lifestyle or if I'm dollar to dollar, I am at peace. That is the goal right there. It's not about your life and what it is that you are, the way you're living. It is about how you're able to handle the way it is that you're living. You know, we got to get out of judgment. We got to stop thinking that, you know, somebody else's life is better than ours, or, you know, this is going on, so this person is doing better than me, or that person has this, or I want this, or I want that. No, you got to become at peace with who you are, whatever you got. I don't care if you got 2 nickels. I don't care if you got $500. I don't care if you got $1 million, $1 billion, $1 trillion. You have to become at peace with whatever you are all the time. Okay, let me see if you guys have any questions. All right, anybody have any questions? Shout out to y'all. Anisha, you say, I've been studying on a lot about mental health in people, but especially in men, so I can develop a better understanding when I meet certain men that's struggling with themselves. Well, you know, mental health is a very deep, okay? It is a very deep subject. It is a very deep energy. And I think that when it comes to mental health, you know, we all, mental health is honestly affecting all of us because we're gods and goddess and we think we human, right? So according to other realms, we are all suffering from mental health over here because we really believe we are our avatar, right? We really believe that he's a man and she's a woman, right? We really believe that we are separate from our entire self. We really believe that we are disconnected from our higher self. So in some way, shape, or form, we all are under some sort of mental health issue, some identity crisis, right? So when it comes to us dealing with the opposite sex and experiencing ourselves in its separation, and trying to understand somebody outside of ourselves, meaning if they're only a reflection of you. Everything you see out here is only a reflection of who we are. Remember, it's like the projector. Whatever you're seeing is coming from within you, right? Now, sometimes this can be under your control, and sometimes it can be manipulated by outside forces. But it is our responsibility to know better, right? To understand, is this me or is this something that is manipulating me to manipulate my outside, my out force to make you believe something that's not true. It's kind of like the mirror. You look in the mirror and your hair is out of order, right? Or your shirt is out of order. But instead of you fixing it like this, you're trying to fix it in the mirror. You're trying to touch that. It's not going to happen. It doesn't make any sense. The shirt is still going to be, you know what I'm saying? So when we try to fix something outside of ourselves, or when we try to see or judge or experience something outside of ourselves, that is mental health. You have to do the work on the inside, right? So everybody who we come in contact with, right, we study them not as something separate from us, but something that is a part of us. Right? So when we meet somebody who's experiencing mental health, or somebody who is not, you know, like you say, struggling with themselves, we are all struggling with ourselves. We are all struggling with the higher version of us. We are all struggling with our Holy Trinity. We're all breaking ourselves down to male or female. Okay? We're all breaking ourselves down to a human. So we all have that complex of, dang, I'm thinking I'm something I'm not. You know how many times I hear people say, oh, I'm only human. I'm like, oh my God, that is just one of the most annoying things I can hear people say. I'm only human, so I make mistakes, y'all. I'm only human. What the? That's mental health at its finest right there. You know what I'm saying? So we've all been programmed with some sort of mental health issue, with some sort of identity crisis that we all need to, focus on. So when you do come in contact with a man who is struggling with himself, you have to not focus on him. Let him continue his struggle. You have to say, damn, okay, what part of me am I struggling with? You know what I'm saying? What part of myself am I struggling with? So, and then work on you. Just let him be the mirror showing you where it is that you need to work on. And when I come in contact with people all the time, I think about that too. When I meet somebody or I'm start working with somebody who's struggling with identity and all of that stuff and struggling with, how they want to live and whether they want to be religious or whether they want to be spiritual, because there is a major difference. And we will discuss that on the live one day. But, we are all going through some sort of identity crisis because we have been programmed. We have been raised up in a society that does not support you being in your authentic self. Okay, so we all have had to have some sort of identity given unto us. And we all have had to, deal with living with only 10% of our energy. And, we all have been programmed to believe that if we do have any sort of spiritual, gifts and or talents, that we're bad, we're evil, we're wicked, we're demonic. We've all been programmed to believe all of these things about ourselves that are not true. Okay, so we have to make sure that when it comes to mental health, this can be a battle that we will all go through for as long as we're in the third dimension, because it's constantly going to go against your authenticity. This dimension does not support reality. It does not support reality. Okay, it supports an orchestrated or a manipulated version, okay, that can be controlled, right? But it does not support the part of us that is an authority. It's like we have to release our authority contract just to exist here, right? And the minute you start to find it or tap into it, you get under attack. You go under even stronger attacks, So yeah, shout out to you. Say, so I can protect myself and my peace. Okay, you do that. That's just your affirmation every day. Like I said, that's your intention. If that's your intention, it doesn't matter what outside of that. Once you set that intention, you are in control. Right? So only you can let somebody come in and disrupt that, right? But yeah, it's your intention. Get up, spray yourself, surround yourself, and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do today, okay? So yes, it is affecting all of us, you guys. It is definitely affecting all of us. It's really about becoming the main character. It's about taking your power back. It's about allowing yourself to exist within the negative experiences that you have, because these energies are always going to come and bring about a whole bunch of negative experiences in your life. But your role is to learn how to maintain your peace, how to maintain your peace in the midst of these storms that are coming our way. Right? In the midst of all of the chaos that is trying to come in and, take over, right? How to remain peace, because the only mind they can control is an absent mind. Okay. But for as long as you are there and you are like, okay, I understand everything that's going on around me. I understand my light bill, ain't paid. I understand I'm 2 months behind on my rent. I understand my car, ain't got no insurance on my car no more. I get it. I understand all of that. But it's still your decision to be upset about that, or it's your decision to say, you know what? I'm doing what it is that I can right now. This is probably my storm. Maybe it's not for me to pay that. Maybe it's God put my bills behind to test my peace, to test my loyalty, to test my patience, to see if I'm going to do something like sacrifice myself to try to get these bills paid, if I'm going to stay calm and at peace. Because one thing I'm going to tell you, I don't care if your rent 2, 3, 4 months behind. When you are in alignment with God, you will not be moved. Things will happen outside of the third dimension's control. When you are in alignment with God, I don't care. That car that is 4, 5 months behind will not be repossessed. If that is not in the will right there, I don't care. Sometimes God will put you behind and put you in the energy of lack just to trust your faith. That's why I say it's not always God that come and bless you. Your blessing, God ain't just going to give you nothing. Everything God give you is because you worked for it. God is not going to come and drop anything in your lap. That's just not how that energy works, according to Siren on the Siren Speak show. You will earn everything. Now, that other one will come and drop something in your lap quick. And it appears as if you got this big old blessing when really it was an obstacle to keep you stuck and to keep you stagnant and to keep you complacent and to keep you lost so that you can then be controlled. And now it is what? You owe me. One thing, when God gives you something, that's why I say it's forever yours. God don't ever take it back. God is not going to give you a gift or a talent and then take it back. That's forever yours. Either you're able to access it or you can't. But what happens with that other one will come in and give you a car and take it. Will give you a job and take it. Will give you a relationship and take it. Okay? To keep you wanting more and more and more and more. God will give you breath. God ain't say, I'm going to take your breath tomorrow. Absolutely not. When God give you a talent, that is forever your talent. When God give you something, it is forever yours. Even if God give you a child, and let's say your child pass on, you still have that child. That is forever yours. You know what I'm saying? You still have that child. That is still your child. Whether they are physically here or not, that is still your child. It is forever yours. So we have to make sure that we're able to recognize the blessings versus the setups. Okay? Because those, y'all be thinking them be blessings. Those be straight up setups. Straight up setups. A way to set you up. A way to keep you complacent. A way to keep you looking over here when you should be looking over there. Okay? So we got to make sure we know. We got to make sure that we get down, and understand that this is how you become the main character. Okay? This is how you learn how to master the negativity or the chaos in your life. These are the things that you have to do. You guys, you cannot be moved. You got to stop allowing these things to move you and control you. If you happy, if you sad, stop allowing these outside forces to determine if you're going to be happy for the day, or if you're going to be sad, or if you're going to be frustrated, if you're going to be worried. Stop allowing them to give you anxiety. Stop allowing them to make you panic and all of this stuff. You're going to be okay. The only way you could be moved is if you allow them to move you. You have to open the door and let them in order for them to be there. How are you letting them in? What are you doing to allow them to come in and make all of these changes in your life? Take your power back. Okay. Shout out to y'all. Hey, Shay. Shay is up in the building. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Like I said, we will be seeing all of you over on the annual Easter egg hunt. I am so excited and I cannot wait. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Siren Speak Show with your girl, Siren. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.